To WRC 88.7 FM, Elmhurst College Radio. This is Good Times Friday, Good Times Radio TV, coming at you live from the basement of the beautiful Frick Center here at Elmhurst College in Elmhurst, Illinois. I'll give you the area code, only I'm not totally sure. But we are here with Raj. Gentlemen, what's up?
What's up?
What's up? We are here with AJ, Roberto, and Colin. Gentlemen, how is your night going tonight?
It's cool, man.
So far, so good.
Feelings good.
Good,
Vibes,
good, man.
Good vibes.
So, gentlemen, tell me a little bit about your guys' band. The name of your guys' band is The Raj.
Yeah.
So The Raj is in the building. Can I ask you, did that come from the garage?
No. We were trying to find something that was, short, simple, easy to remember,
Mhm.
and it just came about, so Raj.
And then the thing is, people liked it, and it just took off from there. It's just the audience reaction towards the name is what kind of made the name.
Right on.
People felt it, they liked it, so you just went ahead with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right on. Now, you guys have been going as a band for how long now?
About 3.5 years now.
Okay.
There's been a change, with certain people, but as a band, about 3.5 years.
Okay.
And in those 3.5 years, I mean, we've been going at it hard every weekend. It's almost like being on tour. Rehearsals and the shows every Friday and Saturday. And, we've worked hard.
Yeah.
Very hard.
And now it's definitely paying off. When was your guys' album released? Which is just the self-titled album, right?
November 5th.
I don't even remember what day it was.
Yeah,
Something
it
like
was
that.
the fifth.
Yeah.
Valley Doors Pub in Aurora.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right, guys, this is really cool.
Self-titled, man.
Yeah, this is your guys' first album?
Correct.
Yeah.
I really like the album artwork on there too, man. You got a good look at everyone on here.
Yeah.
And then we have Nick on bass, who could not be here tonight, right?
Yeah.
Correct.
And then Anthony Perry, is he part of the band or is he just the fill-in piano player?
He'll always be a part of the band. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
man?
I feel
He's got some things. He plays with some other bands and stuff. So when he can be there, he'll be there.
Mhm.
But he was there at the start, and I'm sure he'll be there at the end as well.
Right
And
on.
he's gifted. We dubbed him as Beethoven.
Yeah.
Beethoven.
Kid
Oh,
is-
yeah.
man, he's
the
awesome.
guy
Oh,
is
yeah,
just
man.
tough, man. He's just all over the place.
He's
He's so gifted.
Composer. You know what I'm saying, man? He's man.
All right, gents, let's talk about the album, the record, if you will.
It's alright.
It's nah, come on, man. I heard the song "Cold World" track 3. Great song, great song. It starts out with that guitar and then vocals, and then the lyrics keep on building up. Then everything just comes on in. I really dug it, man. Talk to me about the album, because it says here that you guys also produced it.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We did all the ideas, all the, shout out to Drew, a friend of ours who did the artwork. But
Drew and
Yeah.
Mike Bowen.
Mike Bowen
Bowen,
recorded it.
Yeah.
but in terms of we did all the hard work, man. We raised the money, everything for it.
Yeah.
We sacrificed some shows.
Some shows.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
That's
Oh,
how
yeah.
just to get this album out.
Yeah.
Now, was this your guys' first time in the actual studio, or what is this, Wood Studio?
Well, we did that at Mike Bowen.
He has like a home studio.
Yeah.
Yes. So.
One track was recorded at I believe Fox River recorded
Yeah.
out in
Okay.
St.
That was
Charles.
Quick Romance.
Yeah.
Recording it.
But
What's that? Go ahead.
Mike Bowen, he
He's a man.
as in terms of producing it, he just had that air. And same thing with AP, Anthony.
Mhm.
It won. If it wasn't for those two guys, this album wouldn't really be where it's at in terms of the overall sound quality and production of the whole thing.
No, yeah, it sounds really good, and then the album artwork itself, like I said, is just really clean. It looks really good.
Yeah.
Just to ask you guys, so this is an 8-track album.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Were there a pool of songs that you guys chose those 8 from, or was this just eight songs that you guys have down right now that you want to put down?
Well, most of those songs were hold on. A couple of those songs I wrote years ago.
Okay.
And they just I've stuck with those songs.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we knew that they would be on the album.
Right.
For example, "You're Not Alone" was written about 3.5 years ago,
Mhm.
maybe 4.
Okay.
Cold World,
Mhm.
about the same. Cold World was written for my wife.
Really?
It was we were laying in bed, right, and we were right by the window, and there was a draft going in through the window.
Right on.
She's like, "Wow, it's cold," you know. I'm like, "Well, it's a cold world out there." I'm like, "Oh,
Yeah.
ding ding," you know.
Yeah.
And
Right
I
on.
just started writing, man. So she's the inspiration behind that song.
That's awesome, yeah. And then that also goes back to who you guys dedicated your album to. Family, friends, and fans. Without your love and support, we would be nowhere.
Especially Johnny. Johnny's he's no longer here. He's in heaven now, man. But he's a big inspiration. Johnny Qualtier
Mhm.
is his name, and he was a awesome kid.
And he was so for it, like
He was, wasn't he,
the
man?
whole movement, because like the Raj isn't just like
It's
we're not just a band, it's a movement, man. It's like
I can dig it.
it's like the vibe that we got going. It's like he was so for it, like he's like, yeah, you guys gotta get this thing moving, you know, you gotta get it out there. You know? He was just for it, you know.
Yeah. What you guys have to have, because outside of the band, I mean, you know, everybody in the band, hopefully, which is why, you know, you guys go through so many different people in it, is because some people just don't have their hearts in it, you know.
Right.
It's like, it comes down to the fact that, you know, while you have those 4 or 5 people in your band who love it, you got to also have people that can connect with it outside of it, because most likely it's those same 5 people that are the ones putting it down, so they all like, relate to it, and it's so fun to find people that you've never met, people that, you know, you've never met prior to playing a show, or maybe never met ever, you know, maybe they just hear you on the radio or whatever, but they can connect with it. Help it, like, reminds us that you're not alone, you know. Like, you know, everyone out there is going through the same old, you know.
Yeah, that's real talk, because like sometimes the people that are outside, you know, of the music are the ones that, you know, give you the most encouragement. You know,
Absolutely.
like when you feel like yeah, man, like you feel like your worst, like giving up. It's people that don't. They're just looking in and they're like, yeah, you know, you guys got a good thing going. You know, stick with it. You know,
Yeah.
just keep moving. You know, just keep pushing.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's true. You know, the people that they're not necessarily with you. You know, they pick up your spirits. You know.
Oh yeah, definitely, man. And now let's talk about how you guys write. AJ, you mentioned how you actually wrote a couple of these songs before, or a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Do you guys write mainly as a band? Like is it kind of like where you bring the band a song you've pretty much got done, and then they kind of help fill in the blanks, or how does that go?
Well, for example, "Good Father" is a song that Colin wrote, which I think is one of the best songs on the album. I wrote all the other ones on the album, and they were written within a 4-year span, you know. And you know, I had the song done. I showed it to the guys, and because of their talent, you know, it was just like this, you know. It was
Put it this way, it's a lot of jamming.
Yeah.
You know, you gotta
a lot of jamming.
like, you know, like someone will present a song to you, and you don't necessarily feel like the way they're doing it. You're like, yeah, it's cool or whatever, but you know, let's do it this way. You know, let's jam it this way, see how that works, and that's how it all came about. You know, it's like you present something, and we jam it, and we go over it, and then, you know, we put a little
Kind of
twist to
evolves.
it. Yeah, it
after
evolves.
that, like,
Yeah.
pieces come in, you know.
Songs, they always change, man. You know, like we have a certain way of doing it. And then 2 months down the road, you know, we jam it out and we come up with something cool, and we're like, oh well, we should stick to that way too, you know. And
Or we don't
so
like the old
constantly,
way,
yeah.
yeah, we'll
Right.
try to change it.
Especially
evolving,
live, you never play it the same way. You know, like someone might be looking at you in a sort of funny way, and you're like, hey, you know.
I feel you, man.
Yeah.
Well, how did you guys come together? What, 3.5 years ago? How did the Raj?
Well, I've been knowing AJ for years, so
Yeah.
we've been doing music for years. So
Yeah, that's why Colin, he's I just don't like him. I can't stand the dude. You know? No, me and him, I met him on my friend's porch. He was playing a 6-string acoustic, and he was singing "Satisfy My Soul" from Bob Marley.
Okay.
And I'm like, I need to stick with this cat right here. You know what I'm saying? Because at that time, I was going through such a big Bob phase. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, you know. And if I recall, Colin, that same night, you came
Yeah,
to my
we jammed,
garage. I
yeah.
called my cousin. And we jammed out, and that was the start of something. Not Raj, but a couple of years went by, and because that's time, the circumstances just weren't right, So we had to wait for a while, man. Until
It's a
all
waiting
things
game,
were.
man. With
Yeah.
music, it's always a waiting game.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
yeah. But when it was time, and we did it, man.
So then, talk to me about your guys' first live show. What was that like?
Rendezvous.
Was there a click there? Like, how was that?
Well,
I don't know if I just was glad to be there. I guess.
yeah, right.
I don't know. I'm just glad it was a show,
Yeah.
And you get, you get to be heard, like that's what it's all about. I want to be heard, I don't want to. I got all these ideas and thoughts, If I sit down on it, just go out there and see how people respond to that.
Yeah.
So I was just excited that, it was a show, Some guy was like, "Yeah, you could play here."
Yeah.
So
You're like, all right,
I was like, all right, it's
I'm
cool with
there.
me, I'll be there.
Here, let me ask you, you guys this, and this is kind of a cool question. Maybe it's a cool question. I don't know. It might not be. Who knows? Anyway, when you guys are up on stage, what's going through every one of your guys' heads? And I'd love to hear from all you guys, starting with AJ.
Absolutely nothing. Sometimes. I don't think much. Or maybe I should be thinking more. But most of the time, it's not what I'm thinking; it's what I'm feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's just kind of like vibes, I guess you can call it. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I do it. If there was no such thing as music or performing, or I'd be in some psych ward somewhere, man.
Yeah.
Freaking crazy.
I try not to look at people. I tend to be like I don't consider myself a shy person, but when it comes to shows and stuff, and you're up there, I get a little shy because you feel vulnerable.
Oh, yeah?
You feel like you're putting yourself out there. So I try not to think too much. I do sometimes, but I try not to look at. I try to look over people.
Right on.
That way I don't.
To everybody
I'm
out there,
nervous.
don't get him wrong, man. Okay, this guy can take a hold of a show and get everybody going. So he's a amazing showman. Amazing showman.
Good man.
Yes.
Mostly, I don't know. I'm just thinking about not messing up. Like, don't mess up. Don't mess up. But I just like watching the people, see what they like. What's their response? So I kind of feed off them.
Especially
You
the
could
girls,
always,
right?
you could always
Yeah,
trust the
especially
drummer.
girls.
He sees it all.
Oh, yeah.
And I always I'm like playing. I'm like, hey, dude, look.
Yeah.
Trying to get their attention, but no one ever listens to me.
Yeah,
I'm
he
just in
sees
my
it
own
all.
world, I guess.
Yeah, that's how it is with the drummers for whatever reason, man. People always feel like, oh, you know what, drummers. But look at Dave Grohl.
Oh yeah, he's crazy, man.
It is.
From Nirvana.
Oh
to-
yeah, man. He just blew up, man. He
Yeah.
always talks about how Kurt would always be like, oh no, Dave, no. No,
Yeah.
other guy Chris would be like, nah, man, no. And now he's like huge. He's bigger than Nirvana ever was. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, he plays everywhere. Granted, they became huge after Kurt died, but
Yeah,
who
that's
knows?
true.
It's neither here nor there. Back to the Raj. Now, gentlemen, so this is your first album. Came out in November.
Yeah, November.
What is up next for you guys? Like now, do you guys have some more songs waiting?
Oh, yeah.
Besides these?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're also in the process of writing some more songs.
Right on, more songs.
Sometimes you need to kind of take a step back and refresh your mojo.
Absolutely right. Yeah.
Which is kind of where we're at right now. You know what I'm saying? We're just kind of, writing and, jamming, and we're just kind of, get going again, man.
Let me ask you guys: is there behind this self-titled album? Is there a kind of a theme going along with these songs, or are these just kind of songs you guys had ready?
Well, all those songs I wrote, man, I always try to, whoever is hearing the song, it's a very personal kind of thing. I'm always trying to talk to that person, in a good way. I try to get their vibes up, man. You know what I'm saying? For example, the song "You're Not Alone." Trust me, you're not alone. You know what I'm saying? You're not by yourself.
Yeah.
It could always be worse. You know what I'm
Totally,
saying? That's the whole point of life, is to help people. And I'm just happy that I could help people through a song.
Through music,
If I
yeah.
can write a certain phrase or a certain word or a certain sound, you know, and it makes them happy for a certain amount of time, then I can die a happy man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, which you definitely do. I mean, like I said, man, I just heard Cold World once, and it's like, dude, I mean, I'm seriously gonna go home and burn this, man. Show it to my friends. You guys got some good stuff here. Where can people check you? Do you guys have any shows coming up in the next couple months or
Starting up in April.
Yeah, April.
Yeah.
April?
Yeah.
All right.
Right now we're just in the, you know, we're still writing. and stuff,
Hibernation,
you know.
I guess.
Yeah.
Winter, you know.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Winter at 55 degrees here in Chicago. All right, gentlemen. Now, where can people reach you at? Check
We're on
out your
Facebook.
songs. And
We're on
Facebook, just
Facebook.
look us up.
The album's on
version.
iTunes. It's on iTunes too.
C baby, I believe.
Amazon.
Yeah.
So we're pretty much Facebook.
Raj Band Music or The Raj. We have two separate pages.
Okay.
Raj Band Music or The Raj.
All right, guys. Let me ask you guys two more questions. Second to last question here, gentlemen. So be ready. Is what are you guys here to do?
We keep playing music, man.
Music.
Yeah.
Yeah. To play
I
music,
mean,
man.
Like some people, you know, everyone's got a dream to make it big, but it's about music, man.
Yeah.
You know, just keep playing, you know.
What about the music though? Is it about like you guys just want to write songs, or what do you guys want to do with that music?
I want it to be heard. You know, I mean, so sometimes with certain songs I write, I have the intention of, you know,
Putting a message across, right?
yeah, you know, so I want the music to be heard. You know, I'm writing these songs for a reason. You know, besides myself, I'm writing it for other people as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, music is universal, man. You
It
know,
really is, yeah.
you can take it in any kind of way you want.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I just want to be a part of it.
Right now, we're just at that next step now. You know, we released that. Now, what's the next? Now it's just figuring out that next step. You know.
Yeah, and I'm excited. That's actually what I was gonna ask you guys. Is what is the next step? Like, what do you guys want to be? I would give it time, but just like where do you guys hope to go? Like, where do you guys want this to end up?
Europe, all over, everywhere. I want to play in Europe, everywhere.
On
Should be-
everybody's TV.
Yeah.
Everybody's
Everybody's
no,
TV.
yeah, seriously, man. Shoot for the stars, You
Yeah,
guys got
man.
to.
You know, I
Yes,
mean,
got to.
we only have one life, man. You know, so I am trying to push it as much as possible.
Yeah.
And whatever happens, happens. Maybe someday I can wake up at the age of 60 and be like, well, you know, we didn't get there, but at least I tried.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
It's all
saying?
about trying, man.
It really is, man.
Because I don't want to tell my son that I gave up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I tried, man. You know, maybe I didn't take over the world, but I did it.
But, yeah, exactly.
So you know, if you wanted to gain something, you gotta work harder and you just gotta try. You know,
Right on.
don't give up. That's with anything. That's with music, sports, just life in general. You know.
To all bands out there, don't stop.
Don't stop.
Sometimes it's very discouraging, sometimes a bit slow, but do not stop.
Never stop. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys all very much for tuning in. This is Good Times Friday, and we're here live with The Raj. Gentlemen, thank you very much for
Thank
tuning
you,
in.
sir.
This was
Thanks for having us,
a
man.
lot of fun. And then we are actually going to have a live performance from them coming up, which you guys can check out at Good Times Radio TV on YouTube, as well as www.tomorrowsalliance.com. And then you guys can check out The Raj at Facebook, on Facebook, and they'll be having shows up again in April, right?
Yeah.
All right, gentlemen, you guys are awesome. This is very, very good stuff. Keep
Thank you.
on being yourselves and just keep on feeling it. You just gotta don't give up, gentlemen.
Thank
Which
you
you
very
guys
much,
aren't,
man. I
but don't
appreciate
give
it.
up. Definitely. And this is track 7 off of the Raj's self-titled album. This is "I'll Never Win" on WRSE.
Oh my God,